Next subject, and this is something I'm not going to really play the audio on these. I'm going to just let the videos kind of flow. These are maybe I am. I'll mute that one. I'll try and mute the second one too. So these are pictures of what's happening in Iran. Apparently massive unrest against the mullah-led government, the religious government. People, hundreds of thousands in the streets. Trump has said, "Oh, don't shoot them or don't attack them, or they'll be hell to pay." I'm not sure exactly what that's going to look like or what that's going to turn into. He may just be bloviating. The nice thing is that he is giving more support to the Iranian people rhetorically than Barack Obama did the last time this sort of happened. So this video here is of someone raising the pre-Iranian revolution in 1979 flag. People have been calling for the Shah to come back. The Shah got kicked out because he was notoriously corrupt. But that corruption is better than what's happened since. So that's what's happening on the streets in Iran. I would love if the Iranian people would return to the 21st century and throw off their oppressors and return to a democracy of sorts that is westernized and does not pose a danger to its neighbors with nuclear program or with terrorist groups or that sort of thing. That would be wonderful. What you get, apparently, though, if you turn on the TV in Iran right now, is something that surprised me a little bit, but take a listen to this.
Wait, stop, Armin. So the Islamic regime right now is literally broadcasting Tucker Carlson interviews in Persian on their 24-hour news channel. The country is in a state of chaos, and yet for some reason, the Islamic regime is choosing to play Tucker Carlson interviews because this is like, it's Islamist propaganda. I'm just filming this right now because if I didn't do this, no one would believe. This is literally what's going on in occupied Iran right now.
Tucker Carlson fans, Islamists, brutal, repressive Iranian terror-supporting mullahs think the thing to be running on TV right now is Tucker Carlson. If you're a Tucker fan, this is probably a sign that, look to your left, look to your right. Who are your fellow Tucker fans? Well, apparently some of them are Iranian mullahs. So that's interesting to say the least. Not surprised, but interesting. Finally, we're going to end with Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly, in the months since Charlie Kirk's death, has gone down this same rabbit hole that Tucker Carlson had gone down in the past. TPUSA needs to distance itself from Tucker Carlson. They need to distance themselves from Megyn Kelly. Megyn Kelly is losing it, ladies and gentlemen. This is a clip from her appearing on her good friend Tucker's show. She is also good friends with Candace Owens. Candace Owens is a absolute monster. Nut job. I have to believe just that this is I realize it's a fallen world and everything, but I've got to believe that some number of Candace Owens viewers are people there just to watch the train wreck. Otherwise I'll despair too much for the future of the world. But Megyn Kelly has decided that she wants to go down that same rabbit hole, and dang it, if she's been supportive in the past, she needs to be more skeptical of them Jews.
And only now, Tucker, have I begun to say, like, wait a minute. How much of the narrative that is in our news today has been spoon-fed to me by people who are super pro-Israel at all costs, who won't tell the truth about Israel, no matter what it is, and will cancel you if you don't befriend or defriend people who do. And so this whole thing has made me reevaluate. Like, I'm just starting from square one, basically, on Israel right now. And I'm actually, day by day, taking a much harder look at who are they? What do they do? How do I find real information on what happened in this war in Gaza that I will trust? Because I do know I'm being propagandized by both sides. And how will I make up my own mind? Even some of the narratives that we hear, like, I'm not a fan of certainly radical Muslims. And I'm not a big fan of Islam. I'm going to be honest. The tenets of it are political and I don't agree with them. But I have dear friends who are Muslims. And I do start to wonder, like, how much of the very negative messaging about all Muslims, and I've been a part of some of that negative messaging. Don't get me wrong. I'm not wavering from my position that, like, it's not great to have an Islamist running New York City. But how much of the narrative has come from people who are just ardently pro-Israel and need me to hate them? Do you know what I mean?
All of it.
So I think it's a fair question, and I'm sort of in my own search mode.
Go away. I don't think you should necessarily trust everything the Israeli government says. But they are far, far, far more truthful than anything that comes out of Gaza. That anything that comes out of, Hollywood, P-A-L-L, Palestine wood type is the way they phrase it. Megyn Kelly has just lost her. She's going down the same thing. Regular people who make regular appearances on her show, Rich Lowry and Charles C.W. Cook from the National Review. I haven't seen them on her show in like 3 or 4 weeks. I hope they have decided that that's not someplace they want to be, because the anti-Semitism is spreading. This is a virus. This is spreading. You can't seriously sit there and, I mean, she has Glenn Greenwald on her show all the time, who's Jewish, but he's also very anti-Semitic when it comes to Zionism and Israel's right to exist. He's down there in Brazil, I think. So, but if the National Review people decide, no, she's gone, and to stop coming on her show, I think that's probably a good thing. At a certain point, you've got to reevaluate your friends, and you can try and correct them, but if they want to go down a self-destructive route, you can't just sit there and say, "Oh, yeah, good job, yes, be your true self." No, this is sickening. This is disgusting. I'm disappointed in Megyn Kelly. I thought she was better than this. Of course, 5 years ago, I thought Tucker was better than this, but he's gone down this route too. It's. I'd love to know what the mind virus is that caused this sort of thing. I mean, It's almost like you want to do the Donald Sutherland from Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the 1979 8 version, where he just, he had a way to fool them, and somebody, another person who's, still human comes, psst, psst, and he looks at her and realizes, and he's been caught too, despite her knowledge, and you just go, oh. For Carlson, it's guitar money, guitar, gutter, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if Meghan wants some of that. I thought Meghan, sidling up to Candace was an effort to kind of ingratiate herself to Candace fans and expand her reach. This, I don't know, maybe she wants some gutter money, but this is disgusting. It's insane. And horseshoe theory. You get farther on the right, you get farther on the left, you lose your ever-loving mind. It's the insanity kind of melds itself, and we got an anti-Semitism problem, and these people are not helping us solve it. Thanks for watching this clip from the Hoystory On Air broadcast. I encourage you to follow me on Substack, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I want to thank you for your support, and please feel free to watch another video or 2 or 3.